Wow, 30 years ago already.
30 years ago.
What was the response in Singapore, the reception? I mean, when you came home as the world champion, did the public know of your achievements, or was it confined to a very small group?
Well, sadly, there isn't any hoo-ha here and there.
No fanfare.
No fanfare, nothing. It's just the small group of us. You won? Okay, fine. And basically that, So it's pretty sad back then because everything is not structured well. And you just got to be yourself. My time, because it's very difficult. From not knowing Silat and not a Malay, I should say, so it's difficult for me. For me, the lesson that I went through is very difficult. It's uphill battle for me. For everything that I did, I have to prove them, to show that this is a sport, it's sports for all and for everyone.
Favorite character from the Avengers universe?
Incredible Hulk.
Again.
Okay. I like big size, man.
Alright, okay.
We are not kampung silat, where we just doing some showcase here and there. We have real stuff, punching, kicking, throwing. They got concussion. I myself got dislocation, fracture here and there. We punch real hard and we train real hard. So looking at all these things, why deprive our silat exponent, our athlete, where he should be getting that award? And of course, this will be an eye-opener again at his generation to all the other kids out there who want to inspire to be a champion, there's a chance that they can also be a champion in Silat and also get honor from the country.
It's close to 40 years you've represented Singapore, both as an athlete, as a coach, and now you're the CEO of the Singapore Silat Federation. Thank you very much for your service. We wish you and the Silat community the very best. You are truly an SG sports legend. Thank you. Okay, we are here at the office of Singapore Silat Federation. With me right now is Sheik Alau'ddin, and we are going to play 2020, of course, in the year 2020. So, Sheik, favorite MMA fighter?
Khabib, he's my man.
Khabib, nice.
Yes.
Favorite animal?
Lion.
Lion, wow. Favorite holiday destination?
Europe.
Okay. A specific country in Europe?
I like London, of
Okay.
course, yeah.
Okay. Favorite P. Ramlee movie?
Alibaba Bujang Lapuk.
Oh, nice. That's my own favorite.
Yes.
Nyayin song. Yeah. And then Ibrahim Pendek.
Yeah, Ibrahim Pendek.
Sergeant. Okay. Least favorite food?
Anything to do with spicy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't take spicy though.
Okay. That makes the two of us.
Oh,
Okay,
that's nice.
yeah. Every time friends all say, you Indian, right?
Yeah.
You can't take spicy, is it?
Yeah.
What? Least favorite type of music?
Classical. Or classic, classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite WWE superstar?
Well, my first one was the Mr. Sacco.
Mr. Sacco.
Yes, but
okay.
now is Dwayne Johnson. Okay, he's
Otherwise
the man,
known as?
The Rock. Yes, The Rock, because I like the way he put up his eyes up and the way he say, "You can smile," and all that. Yeah, you know.
The people's eyebrow, the
Yeah.
people's champion. Okay.
Right.
And now his daughter has just signed a contract. Yeah. Wow. Favorite car brand?
BMW.
BMW.
Yes.
Okay. Favorite place in Singapore?
Well, I like the Malayan Park.
Okay.
Basically, it's just to relax my mind, look at sceneries and all that. Yeah. And remember that you are Singaporean. No?
Yeah. I'm surprised you can actually find space and because that place is like very crowded usually.
Not really. At night, if you if you are on this side at the MBS, if you are you can relax and look at the sky and because Singapore is too crowded, and too massive in the up here, so you can ease off while sitting down there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
To me, yeah.
Okay. You learn a new thing every day. Okay. Least favorite fruit?
Dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit. Okay.
Yes.
The purple one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Favorite sport to play?
Golf.
You play golf?
Yes, I play golf for like how many years? 30 years ago. Yeah,
okay.
30 years ago. I started in Changi Golf Club as a caddy.
Okay.
Then slowly I pick up and I was playing every Monday. Then it escalate like you get hooked on it and you just play. And I enjoy with friends and I like to see the green and all that. Yeah.
I've known you for what? Close to 20 years. I've never seen you play golf.
Oh my, that's not fair.
No, really. Okay, what's your handicap?
Well, normally it's not nice to say 24, but I do play at 18.
18?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
When I tell people I'm at 24.
Okay, favorite watch brand?
Well, Rolex is my taste.
Your go-to.
Yeah.
Okay. Most memorable quote by one of your kids. You have 6 children.
Well, Sheik Farhan, I think that well said is aim nothing less than the top.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he had made it.
Yeah.
And he made the statement as such, and I think it's a well said statement.
Of course, he being a world champion as well.
Yes.
Favorite dish cooked by your wife?
Well, all along from years ago until today, mee kuah or the yellow noodle soup, that's the best. I can eat every day because I enjoy it and get hooked on it.
Mee kuah.
Mee kuah.
Okay.
It's like a mee bandung also lah.
Right.
Yeah.
Favorite wonder of the world?
Pyramid.
The Giza.
Giza, yes.
Okay. Your dream occupation? Dream job?
Well, since I'm involved in sports and got injuries and everything, to be a medical doctor is my dream actually. To help people and at the same time understand better in terms of health. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite television show?
Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
Incredible Hulk
the
is
one
the
in the
old one. Lou Ferrigno.
Correct.
I just love it because you don't make me angry though. You don't make me angry. So that is the statement that really you are waiting for.
Yeah.
And see him like getting bigger and so on. So I think that's
of course the guy who played him played Bill Bixby.
Bill Bixby,
yeah.
yes.
And then he would say, "Don't make me angry.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like me
You
when I'm
don't like
angry."
when I get angry, yes.
Almost same generation. Yeah. Favorite song?
Favorite song?
Any language?
I like a few though.
Okay.
One is Anak. It's from Filipino. Song.
It's
I
a
love
classic
it.
song.
Yes, I love it. Another one is from the Eagle Hotel California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, the one by Anak is When You Were Born Into This World.
Yes.
Okay.
But in the Filipino version.
Right.
The Filipino version.
Okay. Favorite role model in your life?
Well, Muhammad Ali, man.
The greatest of all time.
Yes, greatest of all time.
Right. Favorite storybook character? You're a father of 6.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, I truly looking at the kids and what they are involved in, and they love it. Harry Potter comes into play. Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at Harry Potter, because the story is not just one book, there's a series of it.
Correct.
And this not only my kids, I think a lot of my Silat kids are actually reading on it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Final question. Favorite character from the Avengers universe?
Incredible Hulk.
Again.
Again.
okay.
I like big size, man.
All right. Okay. Okay, Sheik. Now that we've all warmed up, let's first talk about Sheik Alau'ddin, the Silat King of Singapore.
Right.
What does that mean to you, earning the label of Silat King?
Well, very happy to be labeled as Silat King since I'm the Silat champion, and of course, not many will have this kind of labeling, you know. So I got the label from the media like you. So I think I feel very honored with it. Yeah.
Of course, 2-time world champion as well. Who introduced you to the sport of Pencak Silat at the age of 15?
Well, none, but I have a friend, twins brother, Rahman and Razak. We are all in the same school, and we play soccer all the time, you know, plastic ball. So then we want to play soccer at one of the mosques in Telok Kurau, Lorong K. So 3 of us went there, but we missed kicking one ball until today.
Oh.
So in turn,
What do you mean by miss-kicking the ball?
there's no ball.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
okay.
it's just a saying.
Okay.
Just a saying that, hey, we're gonna set up a football team and so on.
Okay.
Trying to get the kids to come into the mosque.
Right.
So when we reached there, week after week, listening to a religious class.
Yeah.
So I'm not that happy back then because we want to kick a ball. So that's why until today we didn't kick a ball. So we missed kicking the ball. We kicked an opponent. I become a Silat exponent introduced by them back then in 1982.
Oh, wow. Okay. Which secondary school did you go to? And were you more academically inclined, or were you more leaning towards the arts, music, sports perhaps?
Well, I'm in Telok Kurau, Telok Kurau Primary to Telok Kurau Secondary. That is our late founding father, which is Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. He was from Telok Kurau Primary, and I'm in the primary school to secondary.
Right.
And of course, my incline is all about sports. Until today, I involved in sports. So even I further my study is all about sports. Yeah.
Okay. Who would you say was your biggest influence in your life, in the growing up years?
Well, will be my mom because she's cute and she's always caring for the kids.
What's her
kids.
name? What's her name?
Asia Siddiq Jamal.
Okay.
So she is the one that I always play with and talk to her, and very happy that miss her so much because she has passed away long years, and she's my inspirational mom, no doubt. Yeah.
Okay. So Sheik, back in 1982, you began your Silat career.
Right.
3 years on, at the age of 18, you became the national champion for the very first time.
Right.
5 years on, in 1990, at the age of 23, you stunned the Silat community by becoming the world champion for the first time, first Singaporean to do so. Do you still remember that golden moment in the Netherlands, which is now 30 years ago, Sheik?
Whoa. Well, I still remember what I went through in that year. That is in The Hague, Holland, where we went as a team. There's a few of us went as a team, and my opponent is actually the kickboxer champion, a black guy who his body is like no joke, you know, it's like solid kickboxer. So I saw him, I hear him and I saw him kicking a padding. Dong. We fight in the velodrome. So when he kicks, the whole stadium sounds like dong, dong. Then all my friends say, "Hey, that's your opponent lah. You go and warm up lah." I say, "Forget it lah. I'm not gonna warm up. I don't care. I just go down and I just fight. That's it." Because truly, back then, we don't have much support. We don't have a mentor. We don't have a sports psychology,
Sports science, yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
But I have the coach, which is Mr. Late Hosni. He's with us and everything. So we see him like a father figure, and with full of spiritual aspect and so on. So I took as that, and I went down and fight, and basically I won through throws and scissors and dropping technique. But truly on the punching and the kicking, I lose out to him lah, because I can feel the strong kick and so on. Yeah, back then, of course, now it's a different total ball game and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, 30 years ago already.
30 years ago.
What was the response in Singapore, the reception? I mean, when you came home as the world champion, did the public know of your achievements, or was it confined to a very small group?
Well, sadly, there isn't any hoo-ha here and there.
No fanfare.
No fanfare, nothing. It's just the small group of us. Oh, you won? Okay, fine. And basically that, So it's pretty sad back then, because everything is not structured well, and we don't have like other top sports like football or swimming and all that.
No, that time was the Malaysia Cup.
Yeah,
1990
that one was like
semi-pro
crazy.
league.
Yes, yeah. That was like everything about football,
Yep. Well, obviously, one world title wasn't enough, because in 1994 you traveled to Thailand, and you became world champion for a second time. How was this win different from the one in Holland?
Well, actually, just to add on, 1992 there's a championship in Indonesia. I have stated that I want to compete and try to grab again another gold. We have agreed on the dates and everything. The host country have disseminated to every countries. So I was excited. I was training, and then my wedding was on the 1992.
Oh, okay.
13/3/1992. So that's the date that they changed. The earlier one, I say I compete first.
Yeah.
Then we get married.
Right.
And then what happened? They switched the date.
Okay.
Then exactly on my wedding day.
Wow.
Then I say, should I go and fight? And we switched. Then everything is gonna be like a bit of difficult. So I didn't travel to Indonesia for the World Championship. In 1994, I was so eager that I must make it happen, because I'm one of the favorite, and knowing that Singapore want to have more gold medal and so on.
Yeah.
I fight through. It was difficult for me because suddenly you got to be the one that bring back the gold for Singapore. So ultimately, I was blessed and I got the gold medal, and I'm back again.
Yeah. So two-time world champion. So your return back to Singapore after your second title, did you get a better sense of recognition from Singaporeans, or was it another case of nobody knowing of your achievements?
It's a gain of nobody. Maybe there's no marketing person or managers that really market you since you are the champion. Somehow or other, I got a friend from the Bodybuilding Federation. She's very close, because I was sponsored by Wader, which is under Paul Chua.
Okay.
So he is the one who's
Paul Chua, of course, was the former
president
of Singapore Bodybuilding Federation.
Correct. He's also the owner for Wader Products. Okay. So he sponsored me. Then I get closer to them. And Mr. Lechmanan is actually Secretary General. So he say, "Where have you been? I've been calling you. You never answered me." I say, "Hey, I just came back from World Championship. I won the title. Then where's the news?" I say, "Hello, there's no news. Come, I bring you to see the the Straits
Newspapers.
Times, newspaper, and but you must fetch me, say. I was riding the Suzuki 950 cc. So I went and fetched him. He sit behind. My bike is like real sports bike, and he sits behind. I zoom all the way to the SPH, and that's where it started off. Every day is about me in Straits Time and Berita. Then the news, then I start to become so popular. So many radio, print medias, and I also got a lot of invitation to do appearances, and I got sponsors. I called Nike to sponsor me. By calling, I'm the world champion. Sheik Alau'ddin, I know about you because it's coverage. So I went there. It's like Alibaba. Please take everything you want. You are the champion, you take everything. What I respond to them, wait, I come back later. Say, no, now you take everything. So I was with Nike for a period of a few years with them. Maybe about 4 years or more. And they've been taking care of me and giving me apparel. So I compete wearing their apparels. And I thank you to Mr. Lechimanan that really brings me to SPH and
made the introductions.
They make the introduction, and the medias, the writers are excellent every day. And I was also invited to be in the 999.
The TV series.
TV series with
James Lai.
I'm not with James Lai. Mark Richmond and another guy, the policeman.
Lim Yu Beng.
Lim Yu Beng also with another Robin. I was with Robin. So I was playing a few episodes there.
Right.
And I also doing Sentil Power. I was doing a lot of things. So it's all started in 1994.
Wow. Well, after the success in 94, 4 years later in 98, you did try for a hat-trick of world titles, but you had to settle for a third place finish. Nonetheless, your Silat career also saw you compete in 5 SEA Games campaigns, bringing home 3 gold medals and 2 silvers. What is your take on your SEA Games career, which was over a period of 10 years? Satisfied, or could you have done more?
Well, on the World Championship, I won to be 3 times. I was down with bronchitis, but nevertheless, I got a lot of injuries too, back then in 1997. Actually, 1997. So, I want to pursue further. Then I look forward for 1999. However, in 1999, that is my target as an athlete. But in 1998, I was approached to do a coaching job, which I do not want. I just want to compete, I just focus an athlete, compete, and I was like on the move. Like everything is like training. And I got support from my own company that I work with under Housing Development Board, which is under the Recreation Club.
Okay.
So, of course, I'm happy that in 1999, I compete as an athlete and also as a coach. I was a player coach. Then I bring back, I'm the champion, and 2 of my athletes become a champion. One is the youngest, Zulfakar. Then I have the veteran Kadir and myself, and of course we got bronzes and silver and so on. That's the first time as being a coach and a player coach. I think this is miracle for me, and I'm again blessed with the career that I took into not knowing what is Pencak Silat until I become a world champion, and now being a coach. And first time being a coach, bring back 13 medals. I think this is
that's right.
Big tap on my shoulder.
I mean, totally deserve it. I was there. We spoke about this. I was covering as a radio reporter. And there's this one instance where I think you draped the Singapore flag. And then the King, Sultan Hasnal Bolkiah was seated there, and his whole cabinet. And what you did was you draped the Singapore flag, and you suddenly walked up towards him. The entire cabinet just shook all. Everybody all stood up. And you tell us what happened. What made you go up to the King all of a sudden?
Well, first I want to respect the King. And of course, we have our DPM. Back then, Mr. Teo Chee Hen was there. And of course, I'm so happy. I just bow down to give the respect to the king and of course to our DPM, Mr. Teo. Yes.
Because I think you broke protocol right then.
I think one in a lifetime. You got the king, you know.
Right. After a reign at the top as national Silat champion for more than 10 years, 2 world titles, 3 SEA Games gold medals, you decided to retire on a high after the Brunei Games. At the age of 32 and looking back now, do you think you retired earlier than expected, or was 99 the right time to say goodbye?
Not really. I'm actually hunger for more. Back then, I just want to continue to be an athlete. I even request to change the age from 35 is the max to
In
maybe the age range is 17 to 35.
Right.
So I'm at 32. So if I will just continue competing and I'm hungry for it and I'm just love to be a champion and I asked to change to be 40 or 45 but they didn't want to. But I was asked by the board member of Silat Federation that, hey,
Singapore Silat Federation.
Singapore Silat Federation, why not you nurture the rest of the athletes? I said, okay, give me one last chance to be an athlete in 1999. So I was a player coach. And then they say, okay, you fight for the last time, you coach at the same time, and then you become a full-time coach. I say, okay, I just take the deal and I become a player coach and good results, and I continue to be a full-time coach in the year 2000.
Okay. Well, besides competing in Brunei, you were also the national coach. The team brought back 13 medals from the Brunei Games. That led you to being also conferred the title of Coach of the Year at the annual Singapore Sports Awards. So was all this part of a big plan, becoming a successful athlete and then evolving into a coach?
Well, I think I'm being blessed again. Not knowing what is Pencak Silat and being an athlete and compete, become a world champion, then being a coach. And of course, this I think thanks to God that have planned for me. And of course, I enjoy it. And I don't have a real plan that I can be conferred as a coach of the year. Of course, I should thanks to the Singapore Silat and of course the Sports SG and SNOC that put me to become the coach of the year. Of course, this is a big tap on my shoulders, and this will give a motivation to the Silat community at large, you know, that hey, Silat playing a part in Singapore, they're giving us the opportunity, and this they can look forward that other people also can become coach or athletes of the year and whatever.
Nice. Besides coaching, you kept ties with Singapore Silat Federation, otherwise known as PSSC, and you went on to become the CEO of the organization since 2005 till today. It's 15 years.
Right.
What was your main reason in working with PSSC?
Well, it's just like a elevator. You just need to climb slowly, like a step. I was, as an athlete, I was then put as a player coach to be a coach in the year 2000. 2002, I was head coach. In 2003, I was a technical director. Then 2005, I'm their CEO. And until today, in this National Sports Association, we are not big. Every sports association in Singapore is very small. We have to do everything, whatever we can, to make sure to salvage the sport and put the sport to the next level. For me, I'm just being fortunate that people really recognize the effort and what I do, and to push Silat to the next level for the community, for the Malay community, and for others also. We have a lot of other races joining us too. And I think this has been very good and blessed for me and the sport itself until today.
In your younger days, did you harbor any hopes or any other ambitions like joining the armed forces, a businessman?
Well, back then, I just don't think of anything. Since I was introduced to Silat, and then for me, it's just thinking of fighting, and then become a coach, just pushing the athletes to the next level to become like me or better than me. I don't have any goals on back then. Now, yes, of course, if I can push myself to be better, I will love it. Yeah.
Okay. If the mixed martial arts company, One FC, which is based in Singapore today, had started operations back in the 1990s, would you have considered becoming an MMA fighter and compete?
Well, after winning the 1994
World Championship.
second World Championship, I told myself, what's next? I want to be a professional fighter, but I know nothing about it. I know a friend who is Silat exponent from Germany, Andre Mewis. He was world champion in 1992 Silat. Then he switched. He go and fight in karate in K1, professional fighting. So I tell myself, I want to be like that. So I went to Germany, stay with him, train with him for 3 months and see how I can do it. But again, you need to stay there. You need to stay there and train every day and compete. Then only you can achieve. For me, I can't because I have family, I don't have money, I don't have support, I don't have managers, I don't have anything.
And back then, maybe food could have been an issue as well in the 90s.
Yeah, all that. So
As the Muslim food.
I can't proceed. But of course, if one championship with strong financial backup, with everything in putting properly, why not? You know, why not put me into the chance to compete? Because right now, if you can see one championship, a lot of people want to fight. Why? Because overnight fame for them and money is there. Basically, win or lose, they will get money. So they train, they compete, they will get money. So that's what they're looking at. And as they go to the level, come on, one fight you can get 100,000 or minimum of 10,000 or more.
Then come the endorsements, the
Yes,
sponsorships.
yes.
Let's just say you did become an MMA fighter. What would your character name? What would your character name be?
Well, I would love to hold the name of the Sheik the King or Sheik the Wolf Alau'ddin.
Sheik the Wolf Alau'ddin.
Yes, Wolf is a lot of character there. So I'm doing actually a lot of character. I have a lot of characters in it. So Wolf resembles me.
Nice. Okay. You have 6 children today. Did you have to force them to take up Silat when they were young, or did the need to do so come naturally to them?
Well, my kids, when the mom give birth to them, they are actually following me to all my training centers, all my competitions. They will just be there, and they basically involve. They travel. They grow through Silat. You know, it builds in it.
Watching you train.
Watching me train, and once they can crawl, they also will show their hands. Like all my kids, until today, and they are there already, becoming a champions, and they are involved so heavily inside. So I think this is a force. Yes, you have to force a bit for the betterment of Silat, for betterment of them, rather than I'm blessed again. They really follow, and now can see the fruit of the labor where they become a champion. They carry the flag now.
That's right.
So I'm just passing the baton to them now. Please make it happen again. One day I'm no longer. I hope they can carry the flag and make it happen for everyone else.
So my follow-up question is, well, 2 of your kids have gone on to become world champions themselves, Sheik Firdaus and Sheik Farhan. What do you feel about their respective achievements?
Well, it's a struggle for me from back then. It's tough because people always say that he only can train his not his own kids. He can only create a champion with others. So they challenge me. So my kids actually late bloomers. very slow catching in all the techniques and so on. They are not winning. They have been losing all the time. We see the track record, they don't. At the age, very young age, they're done. Only they become so good when they are hit 17, especially on Farhan. Once they hit 17, he become a world champion. And he will just continue to become champion throughout.
Yes.
Same to Firdaus, is ups and down, and now he's like becoming, I'm the man, I must show the way and all that. So of course I feel very proud that whatever people give you, the challenges and so on, as long as you believe in yourself, that you know you are doing in the right track, and you believe in your kids, that giving them an opportunity, giving them a second chance, and switch Farhan head and Firdaus, because they also saying that I'm tired of losing, whether this is my right sport or not. Because, come on, everyone, and with their kids, I should say almost, wake up only is kicking ball. That's about all. You can't deny that. I myself kick plastic ball. But Farhan and all my kids, find ways to go out from the house and kicking football without me knowing.
Yeah.
He goes to the field, we stay near the school. He goes to the school field and he start to play with friends. Friends in the neighborhood.
Sure.
So for me, they follow me and they become the champion. I feel so blessed, and all 6 of them are champions in their own categories. And though 2 of them have retired, I have 4, which is I have Firdaus, Farhan, Sheik Faiz, and Nur Shakira.
But I'm sure you and I will both agree it wasn't easy for the 2 to become world champions, because they're tough shoes to fill, considering that you were already a 2-time world champion yourself. So
Right.
I'm sure they felt a heavy responsibility to live up to the family name.
But the good thing is, that's true. The good thing is, they will want to listen. They want to continue to make it happen. Because, come on, you see people become a champion. Why not me? They must be talking about it. So the opportunity is there, and they strive. I push them to the wall. No joke. Straight off, I say I push them to the wall. I punch them hard, basically because they're going to fight alone inside the arena. Not me. I'm just coaching you. I'm giving you the voice and the energy, but ultimately you got to face the opponent. If you're soft, you're done. So nowadays, they can decide themselves. They understand very well. They can see and analyze very well how to fight. And we give them a bit of support, and they can make it happen.
If I understand correctly, 2 world champions in the family is not enough. I hear there's a 3rd one that's now being groomed.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have Sheik Faiz.
Sheik Faiz.
Sheik Faiz is as tall as his brothers and myself.
How young is he?
He's 16 years old.
Wow.
And he's big, and I train him hard. He's in sports school. So basically, I want him to really show that he can do it, because he want to be like Farhan. He want to be like his Firdaus. He want to be a champion. He want to be. I can see he got his own style. His 2 brothers have his own style. Okay, he create his own legacy. He create his own style. It's good because they are young. They are only 23, 22.
Yeah.
And of course, this 16 years old boy is hungry. So I just need to put him in a perspective, give him a good training, and ready for the competition. And he's going to fight in the World Junior, supposedly in April, but we was changed to June.
Yeah.
And after that, he will fight in the World Senior in Sarawak. So he's going to do it both and see whether he can make it to get gold medal for both.
Yes. All the best, Sheik Faiz. All the best. Behind every successful man, there is a woman.
Right.
So based on that famous saying, what role has your wife, as in Madam Satya Sanusi, played in your overall success in Silat?
Well, she have done everything. To tell you the truth, superwoman. She carry all the 6 kids. She cook. She do everything while she's also working. Then until today, she support very much in the development. I pull her to become Silat instructor in my club, and also become the chief instructor to lead other instructors in my own club. And she also teaching Silat to the ladies, and also she teach Silat aerobic. Yeah, we call it Sheik aerobic. Yeah, so she do like that, like that, you know. It's like the music and so on. So it's good. So she keep on going doing it, and now she just happily looking at one after one, getting gold medal, achieving, and I think this is the right thing. And she take it that whatever she have put is worth it, because she can see that I become a champion. I've collected so many awards, and also she's playing a part in it. The media interview her, and also interview the kids, interview her again, and she's well all-rounded.
Okay. Now, Sheik, we all know back in 2012 there was an issue when the national selectors for the annual sports awards they did not recognize Sheik Juanda's efforts when he won the World Championship. You were rather outspoken when it came to having to defend the caliber of opponents at the World Championship. So looking back now, do you feel that was the defining moment which perhaps helped educate and change the mindsets of sports officials and even the public perhaps as to how Silat athletes and their achievements ought to be recognized?
Well, definitely, because they recognize me as a Silat exponent achieving in the highest accolade.
And you became a Hall of Famer in 2002.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that why there's a set of criteria, there's everything is laid up on the table, and my athlete have trained so hard. I knew it because I'm the one who trained him. We pushed to the wall, and he have won the title, World Championship, and so difficult. What makes me very upset was where there's a criteria, there's a set of rules, there's everything, there's panel. Why didn't they recognize Sheik Juanda? I just give one example. In 2014, pre-SEA Games in Singapore, 2015 is the SEA Games, so we run a championship. Sheik Juanda competes in that event. He did a sweep against the opponent from Malaysia. The Malaysian opponent kicked his back of his leg, and 3 tests, ACL, LCL, and so on. And he couldn't fight in the SEA Games as a Silat exponent in the match category. We switch him to fight in the artistic. So why I'm putting this example is that we are not kampung silat, where we just doing some showcase here and there. We have real stuff, punching, kicking, throwing. They got concussion. I myself got dislocation, fracture here and there. We punch real hard, and we train real hard. So looking at all these things, why deprive our Silat exponent, our athlete, where he should be getting that
Sportsman.
award? And of course, this will be an eye-opener again at his generation to all the other kids out there who want to inspire to be a champion, there's a chance that they can also be a champion in Silat and also get honored from the country, from the sports fraternity, from the SNOC or Sports SG. So I'm looking at that. That's why I was so emotional. I was outspoken about it, and I think I cannot compare with any other sports in Singapore. I will applaud with the winning of any of the sports in Singapore if they are the champion, the world champion, or Olympic champions, or any type of champion. If we can applaud them and give them the award, why not? This will encourage the whole fraternity, not only to the sport itself, to every kids aspiring kids out there to be one.
That's right. Just to set the context, Shakir Juanda was not nominated for the Sportsman of the Year.
Yes.
They felt there wasn't a male athlete in Singapore worthy of that title, so it was vacant for 2012.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah. You're 53 this year,
Yes.
in 2020. Any plans of retiring soon and enjoying your fruits of labor?
Well, I will never retire. Today I speak to you. I speak to a lot of people where people told me, if I still have the strength, I still have the desire, I still have the push, and I want to introduce more of this silat to make it better, to make it globalized, and putting silat to the highest level, to Olympics and so on. Of course, if something happens to me, maybe I will not continue. But for now, I will push to the max that I can.
Okay. Now, Sheik,
Yeah.
across your athletic and coaching career in Silat, is there one defining moment that you would like to share with us on SG Sports Legends?
Yes, of course. In the 1999, I was a player coach.
Brunei SEA Games.
Brunei SEA Games. I got 250 athletes that is under me, my charge. So while training, I have drawn out 8 solid athletes that the one that can make it happen in that year, as my first time to be an athlete, to be a coach. So from 250, I got these 8 that really make it happen for almost like a decade. So that really makes me believing that the choice that I'm doing and the choice that I took these 8 athletes with me, that makes it happen. These are the Tigers, where I have 250, only 8 that chosen to be the best Silat athlete from that era. And that carries until today. So that is the biggest moment, I should say, that being a player coach is not easy. And of course, to draw out 8 athletes out of 250, and a lot of happenings there where people are not happy and so on. Why these 8? And what I have put across, I think that make a history until today.
Nice. Okay. We are the Sports Hub at the OCBC Arena, Hall 4, the Silat Hall. Sheik, you played a pivotal role in the transformation of Silat in Singapore. What do you reckon is your biggest and most significant achievement?
Well, beside an athlete, coach, the most significant is 2018. We host the 18th World Pencak Silat Championship in Sports Hub. Well, this thing, not only that we have achieved 7 gold medals through our athletes, and of course, the first time ever, the biggest world championship in the world that Singapore have hosted. Without this man, Mr. Lim Teck Yin, the CEO for Sport Singapore, he's the one who have put his heart and soul to make it happen. Not me, not the Silat people. Due to his effort that make it happen for us, we have achieved 7 gold medals. We have achieved the name in the world that Singapore have done the best ever. We almost better the SEA Games 2015 in Singapore that we have done this World Championship. I'm so happy, and we got best recognition in the world that Singapore can always do better than anyone else in the world.
Obviously, the experience of hosting the SEA Games in 2015 Silat helped in staging the World Championships, especially, I believe, it was only announced about 7 months or 8 months, somewhere there.
To host the World Championship is only 3 months.
Right.
But as I say, Sports SG have came in to support strongly within 3 months. He have given the financial support, he have given the manpower support, he have given the expertise,
and Lim Teck In himself that comes in strongly to support this event and to make it a strong one and make it happen for the Silat
World Championship.
World Championships.
What would you say is your biggest challenge in taking Pencak Silat to a much higher level in Singapore?
Well, I don't have any much issue, but of course, every NSAs will have issues which is financial. To work 24 hours, 48 hours non-stop is not an issue for us, not only for me, for my staff and my the board members and of course the volunteers. We have done this so many times, but of course the biggest challenge is also again the financial part, where you have to host, you have to fundraise, you have to look for sponsors and everything else. So this is the most difficult part for us lah.
Okay. When you look at these trainees, what's going through your mind? Will the sport continue when the day does come when you have to retire?
Well, I have developed a team of young athletes, and they have grown, and some of them become father and all that. And of course, they the one who have to take over me. One of it is my own kids, and of course, there's their friends. And of course they will continue because they are hungry for it. They want to be the world champion. They want to be the sportsman. They want to be the coach of the year, sportsman of the year. They want to be in everything. So this is the opportunity for them. Silat is no longer like 20, 30 years ago. Silat now, if you can see this OCBC Hall 4, full of equipment, state-of-the-art facilities, state-of-the-art equipment. We have professional coaches. So what else?
For the sake of those who are still not familiar with Silat, what does this martial arts discipline help in an individual's character?
Well, to all martial arts, combat sport always will have these values. One of it is respect. That is number one. Respect, responsible. You must have a very good attitude with humble and noble mind. All this that have been imparted to all the athletes and all the students around Singapore and around the world. So this is the values that, as you can see, sometimes people, their mindset is a bit different. They say that when you teach martial art, they go out, they fight. But actually, that's not the way that we thought. What we thought is to be humble, to be respectful, and they have to bow, they have to kiss the hand, and so on. This is to show that how big you are, how strong you are, you got to bow down and respect.
Would you say the likes of action movie stars today, like the Indonesian-born Iko Uwais, Yayan Ruhian, and Cecep Arif Rahman, have lifted the profile of Silat in movies that they feature in?
Definitely. These three have done a great job for Silat, Pencak Silat in the world, because people do not know what is Pencak Silat.
Yeah.
But actually Pencak Silat have done a lot of close contact, and they have done so many movies and so on. But this time around we're talking about Hollywood. These people have done, these three big names have done tremendously support to elevate the name of Pencak Silat and the art itself. You look at the rates and all other movies that they are in, the way the fight is been choreographed is marvelous, and it's the same like what we did in the Ganda, in the double competition. It's like that. It's like you gotta go like kill, and the action is superb.
Do you see any of our own Singapore Silat athletes possibly having the talents and abilities to one day appear in an action blockbuster film and showcase Silat?
Well, if there's an opportunity for them, definitely they are ready for it. Of course, they need some support, like, how to speak properly and all that, like in movies, how you need to do it. On top and above, they are there because they are the martial artists. They can do acrobat, they can fight, they can choreograph. Why not? Giving them the opportunity. I acted in some movies, the Monkey God, 999, and the Malay movies, Sentil Power and all that. We do Silat moves and everything. We do choreograph in the fight scene and so on. So if we take another level in Hollywood, why not?
Looking back at your Silat days, is there one painful lesson that you experienced and learned which you hope they or even your own kids wouldn't have to experience it?
Well, in this juncture or in this millennium, you just got to be yourself. My time, because it's very difficult from not knowing Silat and not a Malay, I should say, so it's difficult for me. For me, the lesson that I went through is very difficult. It's uphill battle for me. For everything that I did, I have to prove them, to show that this is a sport, it's sports for all and for everyone. So for the new kids now, they just need to showcase a good, clean habit. And they got to be responsible in whatever they do. They got to be showcase and a good example. Basically that. Other than that, I think the sport now have shown a very great pathway for every one of them. So don't disturb people. Don't go and kacau people, you know. Don't go and talk bad about people. All that. You can bring them together with you is so much better. Yeah.
You are the CEO of Singapore Silat Federation. You're also the president of the Asian Pencak Silat Federation, and Silat is already at the SEA Games and the Asian Games.
Yes.
I believe you're still lobbying for Silat to one day be in the Olympics.
Yes.
Are you still lobbying?
Yes, I'm still lobbying. Silat Federation still support the International Silat Federation, being a founding member of the International Silat Federation. We establish a lot of Silat in all over the countries and teaching them a proper coaching, refereeing, and setting up a federation and so on. And we have built so much. Of course, the dream of having Silat in Olympics is still there, and we targeted in 2032. It's just the financial part. A lot more organization, companies and international federation have to come in to make this thing happen.
Back in 2002, you were inducted into the Singapore Sports Hall of Fame. Back in November last year, 2019, Sheik Juanda, another two-time Silat World Champion, he was also inducted into the Hall of Fame. So there's a gap of 17 years. Looking at the current crop of athletes, do you think it will take another 17 years before we see another Silat athlete being inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Well, first and foremost, I'm inducted. I'm blessed again to be inducted. Thank you to Sports SG. And of course, right now, Shakir Juanda is inside following the footsteps. That's great again. Thank you to Sports SG. And of course, right now, we have 3 times world champion, Shakir Sheik Farhan. And of course, we have some other young ones who won World Junior, World Senior, and continue to produce world title and giving them the chance in Olympic, definitely. And of course, this don't need to wait for 17 years. If they are the criteria right for them, they should be inducted inside. And I will want to say this: look at the overall of our sports in Singapore. There's not many athletes that achieve in the highest ranking. So we have to create all these athletes to come forward and give them the opportunity to be in the Hall of Fame or anywhere else, so that they can grow and a lot of people will follow them, and giving them the motivation to continue to achieve, and people will follow them. So this is what I say, we don't need to wait another 17 years more.
All right, Sheik, what is your message to Singaporeans and the fans who still remember you as the Silat King?
Well, first and foremost, thank you very much for supporting me from my athlete's time until time now. And I'm blessed that they continue giving me the support and of course continue supporting me and my team behind me throughout the Silat journey until the day it happens to be in Olympics.
It's close to 40 years you've represented Singapore, both as an athlete, as a coach, and now you're the CEO of the Singapore Silat Federation. Thank you very much for your service. We wish you and the Silat community the very best. You are truly an SG sports legend. Thank you.
See, here you can see a lot of awards that I'm getting from few organizations. You have from the coaching, You have from the Housing Development Board. You have from the Singapore Youth Award and National Youth Council. You have from the Japanese Chamber of Commerce, Hall of Fame, inducted in Hall of Fame. Then I was in Coach of the Year Meritorious Award, and I'm also in other martial arts that in the World Kwashu. I was involved in it, the Chinese group. And the latest Coach of the Year that I got.
Last year.
Yeah, last year we just got it. 3 times excellent coaching excellent award from the back then was Singapore Sports Council.
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
This guy is me. Somebody give it to me. Yeah, pretty funny though.
Yeah.
Recently, I got the doctorate as a business administration